Hello and welcome to the Pride and Prejudice podcast.
Here we talk about twisted love triangles,
second chances,
and everything in between. Today's episode is about setting and characters.
So basically, Pride and Prejudice takes place in England in the late 1700s or early 1800s. It is during the Napoleonic Wars because that's when Jane Austen was really her prime, and that's where she lived. And we also are talking about soldiers and other ways to get tribute and stuff through the wars. The main towns in England I talk about are Brighton, London, Hertfordshire, Derbyshire, and Kent. Those are the main settings that are real, and they live at a place called Netherfield, and there's also Pemberley and a bunch of other houses.
So the Bennets kind of live in a countryside type house. They're still wealthy, a little bit up more above middle class, but the setting gives us an idea of their wealth. So when other characters are introduced, like Darcy, we learn that they're top of the wealth. They're very wealthy.
Yeah, so they're more obviously middle class, and that's their whole goal is to get married to someone rich.
Yeah, they're 1800 gold diggers.
Yeah.
Part of a large chunk of introducing the setting was also describing that wealth was of very big importance around that time.
Yeah, it was an important variable because you had to have wealth to be someone. If you didn't have wealth, you were kind of just a nobody on the streets.
Yeah, and that was kind of their goal, was to marry a wealthy husband.
Yeah, and where was, because they had a lot of balls in the beginning of they would keep on a ball.
Oh yeah, that was at Bingley's New.
Okay, that's what I thought. And so does that mean that Bingley was also wealthy?
Yes,
well?
Bingley was wealthy, but I feel the way that they take on it, Darcy was wealthy, but I feel Bingley was richer than Darcy.
It's they started off introducing the Bennet family, and then they were there's this new guy in the neighborhood named Bingley, and he's super rich. One of you five get married to him.
Yeah.
And then the Mr. Bennet was well, I don't want to go talk to Mr. Bingley. And the wife, Miss Bennet, was go talk to him. And then he was I don't want to.
I want to read.
Yeah. But he did anyway. And actually, speaking of setting, Jackson had a really good point earlier. What if this book took place in the same area, but the weather conditions were not good? What if it was snowy out? What if it was very cold? Imagine a lot of the scenes.
Well, it was okay. So London weather is obviously rainy, obviously. So instead of rain, it'd be snow.
Mm-hmm.
And Jane goes to Bingley's house in the rain. So I mean, that wouldn't be good for her. It'd be even worse than what it is originally because it'd be freezing.
Mm-hmm.
It might not have even happened actually.
Yeah, maybe her parents would have.
Imagine how their personalities would be different. Look at Elizabeth's setting. She lives with 4 sisters because she's in that crowded setting. She's very she likes to be on her own.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what about the part where Darcy and Elizabeth are walking in the park?
Okay, so they go on 50 walks throughout the whole book.
Yeah, that could have never happened if it was all.
Basically, he never would have proposed to her if they would have went on that walk. So.
So just
there would be so much mail we would have to read through that book.
Yeah, what if it was? Imagine how long the story would be if it was snow. It'd be
Yeah, and basically Jane going to Bingley's house and Elizabeth talking with Darcy. That's the whole that's where the main conflicts are and stuff. So the land that Bingley and Darcy have is supposed to be the finest woods in the country, and it's just supposed to be really rich land, and it's supposed to be pretty and just
gorgeous.
Yeah, just rich, I guess. Shows the woody hills and everything that's supposed to be rich. You're supposed to have land. You're supposed to have wood for fires and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Now, how old is Elizabeth? She's
Isn't she?
I think she's 16, 17.
And how old is Darcy?
Oh,
he was like mid-20s.
Question mark?
He was probably quite older because back then, age was.
Yeah, age was just a number back then.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's 28.
28. So Darcy was 28. And
Howdy.
Elizabeth was 16.
That's like almost, that's
like a 10-year gap.
decade difference.
People still do that.
Yeah, if you look at it now, that's not really bad because you
Yeah.
see that happen now. But like,
12-year gaps. I mean, 12-year gaps a little more rare. I mean,
like
I don't see
when
that
you're
many.
like younger in a relationship, I feel like a 12-year gap's bad. But like once you're like
Yeah.
married and older, like if you look at someone who's like 58 and 46,
58
that's
and-
like, I don't feel like that's really bad. Like, I feel like that's more normal
There's something
nowadays.
yeah,
Like David Foster and Catherine McPhee, she's like 50 or 48 or something, and he's like 73. But like,
He was in his 30s when she was born.
oh, okay. Oh, and like also, I don't know how far it is, but like they go downtown for like the soldiers.
Oh, right, and that's when they see Wickham and the other guy.
Like, yeah, Mr. Garden.
How do you guys feel about Wickham?
It was kind of hard to understand what was going on most of the time because that book was a bit tough to read. But from what I understood, they received Wickham really well, but later on, it kind of like loop-de-loops all over the place about how people feel about him.
Alright, Netherfield, that's the first one I have. Let's talk about Netherfield.
Okay, that is Bingo's house. No, that's
It's like the area that the Bennetts live in, right?
Netherfield is where the benefit is and where the, I think Bingley also was there. And what kind of setting is Netherfield? What is its geographical
it's
values?
So okay. So I picture like a little stone wall, like around the house, and like trees and like grass on a dirt road, and like it's just like where like the grass is wet but like not like standing water, so it's just
Dew.
like yeah, but like it's like mushy, like because I feel like it's supposed to be like farm kind of, so like
Like very earthy.
yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
To me, it
Like
seemed
the
like
house from, what's the rabbit?
Oh, Peter Rabbit, yeah.
Yeah.
The Peter,
Yeah,
yes, that's
yeah.
like exactly like it's just
Yeah.
like in the countryside, like there's woods by, just like
it always kind of like came off to me like kind of like rural house on a hill kind of type.
yeah, just
I kind of thought of it as in like in a little isolate neighborhood. I don't know. That's just me though.
because
But,
I don't feel like houses are really close to each other.
yeah.
Well, they were in around the area there was, but there was definitely a lot of rural land at that rural land at that time as well. So it was pretty diverse. Lots of tenant buildings, and then there was also lots of just like open space buildings.
Okay, so I just pulled up the house that it was filmed in, and this is like what it looks like. So it's actually bigger than I thought it was.
Whoa.
The way that they took it, it's
It's like
2 to 3 stories, brick.
Oh, that's
That was
a
big.
It's
house.
like kind of like there's like a moat around
That's
it.
like a mansion these days.
it's like Hollywood rich guy.
There's like a moat around it, and like
Yeah, we're kind of poor. We don't have that much money.
Yeah, but
Just
a
moat around our house.
We just have a mansion.
Guys, we're middle class. We only got one Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Only 3 stories. It's fine.
okay, so obviously not nice. I guess that's pretty nice. I take that house.
Yeah, that's a really good sense.
Wait, if that's
Yeah.
If that's middle class, imagine Darcy's house.
yeah, that's what I was just about
Yeah.
to say. If that's what their middle class is, then what's Darcy's upper class?
Dude, what's your
It's like a whole Holiday Inn room.
It's
Oh, whose is that?
nice.
Oh my.
So it looks like the White House basically.
dude, that's like what is it? The Grand Hotel at
Yeah,
Manhattan
yeah.
Island.
Oh my god.
It's got
That's
a
the
nice
taxes on that
driveway
place.
to it. So it's just big.
Oh, the poor maid cleaning the place.
Probably a couple mates.
It's like a
Okay, so obviously not what we were thinking, but I was thinking like cottage.
But it's a lot bigger than that. So.
I thought it was like probably like a nice cozy manor, like open enough, but not for a family of 7.
Right.
That's like huge for a family of 7. I have a family of 7 and I live in a small house. Anyway, page 6 talks about Mr. Bingley returning Mr. Bennet's visit to his house and spending time with him in his library. So that is the next setting I have highlighted.
So
is
Mr. Bingley
Bennet.
comes to Mr. Bennett's house.
Yeah, and they spend time in Mr. Bennet's library.
Yeah.
So, what significance does the library have in the story?
Well, I feel like that's where. Okay, so that's actually where that's where he is when the story starts out, and the girls like run to the house when they hear about him.
Mm.
So it's his obviously his domain. That's probably where he is most of the time,
Mm-hmm.
and like where he first meets like one of the main characters.
Yeah.
But
The next setting I have is like the dinner table, like where dinner.
so basically, we're just like the whole Bennett house dinner table, just
Mm.
because they're definitely like a family where they would have table dinners and like talk about their day and stuff.
Yeah. That's where a lot of communing happens. Where a lot of people talk to each other. A lot of events happen at the table when they talk. And have stuff. Do you guys have anything to say?
That's like that. They probably got one of them long tables.
Yeah, 6-7 people in the house.
I can imagine just like Mr. Bennet at one end, and then
They probably have to write letters to each other at each end of the table.
yeah. Okay, the next one I have is Longbourn, the village.
So that's like where the soldiers are, right? Longbourn.
Is Longbourn like? You said it was like a village, not like a town, right?
It says the village where they lived.
Oh. That, since it's like around London, whenever they went to like a town, I thought of like cobblestone market streets.
This was how old? This was like 1800s.
1800.
So they were industrialized just a little bit. I mean,
It was the Napoleonic era. This is like where they had like a lot of stuff going on.
Like
there.
probably like markets and stuff.
This is like when Napoleon was making all the lives better and all that before he got booted for losing wars.
mm,
So it was probably when most of the stone stuff was set that we
Wait.
see today. I think.
Longbourn's their house.
Is it?
That's what their house is called.
Oh.
Wait, I think the house is called.
That's like their Okay, so it might be the house or just like the town that the house is in.
So Netherfield might be like the
Netherfield might be like the bigger area or like more because I think being like
Because I live in Swartz Creek, but I live in Genesee County.
right. So Netherfield might just like be a bigger and like Longbourn something like smaller because Jane didn't have to ride a horse at his house, so it's
Yeah.
obviously not walkable.
Right.
So it's like a town within a county kind of like thing.
Yeah.
Huh.
Next, I have on page 9 the ballroom.
There has been a medical emergency. Please keep all students in your classroom. We are going into secure mode.
Nice.
There has been a medical emergency. Please keep all students in your classroom. We are going into secure mode.
Okay, we're gonna stop. Okay, we'll just like cut that off. Start over and
We'll
say
keep it in. We'll keep it in.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Mert team to Kleiss's room, please. Mert team to Kleiss's room. Thank you.
Sorry, so it's crisis hour. It's like medical emergency something.
Response.
Yeah.
Keep it in. It's
Wait,
beautiful.
what class does Class have like a 9th grade class right now?
First down.
For first time?
I hope.
Wait, I
Anyway,
think Lily Stacy has music class first time.
let's hope it's a
No,
first.
she doesn't. She has history.
Anyway,
Okay,
Page
so
9.
page 9.
it says there's the most excellent ball, so that means they're going to a
Okay, so
ball.
that's at. Okay, so the way that it talks about, I feel like there's like multiple places they go for balls. Like just someone's house is like, here we're having a ball, come, like because.
Is that just like an app? Because nowadays,
It
like,
sounds
oh,
like an average pastime for them.
and nowadays we have what's a room usually we have like almost everyone has in the house. Maybe not like a kitchen or
Like a
bathroom.
living room.
Okay, let's say like a living room. A lot of stuff happens in a living room. Like maybe a ballroom is kind of like the living room to them. But they had it. Almost a lot of people had it.
Yeah, because the houses were bigger, so we know
Yeah.
that. And like if it's like the fancy people like Darcy and Bingley having the balls, then obviously like basically when you walk into the house, there's probably like a big like just open space where they can like have like you know like you have big open space, and then like there's the stairs, like
That's
like
how-
our, like the
Yeah.
commons, like the commons
Yeah.
by like the ballroom.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, yeah. And what was the significance of the ballroom?
Well, I mean that's where
And that's like,
obviously
Everybody
everyone
knows
met.
everyone.
and that's
Yeah.
like their job. Like,
That's-
to go to balls,
yeah.
and meet people and marry them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, marry love.
Huh, maybe that's why ballroom is so popular.
Yeah. Okay, what about in the beginning of chapter 5, it talks about the market town in Meryton.
Meryton is like where the soldiers are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
the market town, that's the
That's-
downtown.
yeah, that's like downtown.
And that's what I meant.
So that's where probably like where they get their groceries,
Yeah.
clothes.
That's like, I don't know, 'cause I feel like our downtown
Our downtown's like long.
is long, but it doesn't have as much necessities in it. Kind of like maybe like their market town. Or
Cause like
downtown did.
our downtown's like there's like the fast food shops by VG's and stuff, and then you keep going, and then there's like all the shops downtown.
Yeah.
It probably like looks more like that, but there's like more necessities and stuff.
Right, they
not
have probably
just
more.
like shopping.
Was it Mary and Catherine that constantly went downtown to the market?
No, Kitty and
Lady.
Lydia. Mary's the like shy emo one.
And
Yeah.
those are the
Shy.
Yeah.
How do you think these siblings act with each other with their drastic differences? Because some of them are very exuberant living beings, and some of them are just like tiny turtles that have to shop.
Okay, so Mary's like, don't talk to me. I just want to live my life. Plays piano, reads a book.
The others
Like-
were like crazy.
Yeah, Kitty and Lydia are just like screaming, oh my god, it's my dream.
So like,
So like,
yeah, because Lydia, or pretty sure it was Lydia, married Wickham, right?
yeah,
And she just didn't care, even though he was like a bad person.
because they didn't care. They just wanted to get her out
She was
and
like, game is game.
get her wised up because she's like too,
Too lonely.
yeah.
She just wanted someone, I
And
guess.
then Jane is probably like she's mom. She's like the mom of the sisters. Like
Yeah.
she's like the most mature. She's probably like, well, I feel like Elizabeth kind of looks out for him more a little bit, but like she's
Yeah,
not.
Elizabeth like hated them. So like she like
Yeah, I feel like that. I feel like okay, so maybe like Jane's like the shy aunt, and then
Elizabeth though is like she's very independent.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
like Elizabeth is independent, but then she's also like looked out for like the two, and tried to like
Round-headed.
wise.
She's very like
Yeah.
level-headed.
yeah.
She
Like-
tried to wise Elizabeth or Kitty and Lydia up to like stop being like
If you
stop
think
being
about
like
it,
each
I
other.
just realized this. You can relate Pride and Prejudice to the hero's journey. Hear me out. You know how
Oh
it
yeah,
talks
you
about
can like characterize
Dude.
them like
people, like that old, like, the main hero gets a wise...
TBH, I don't remember Hero's Journey.
Well,
so-
I remember, the hero gets this old wise person that like
Uh-huh.
guides them through stuff, and maybe Lady Catherine is that old guiding person, because that's
Wise Darcy.
Lady Catherine?
Wait, who's the person that Elizabeth always goes and talks to?
Oh,
What's her face?
well, Lady Catherine is Darcy's. Lady.
Yeah. Isn't she the one that Elizabeth always goes and talks to?
Elizabeth doesn't like her.
Oh, wait, no, who is it?
Well, she like had like a big conversation with Bingley's sister, and then there's also the cousin, or the aunt and the uncle, the Gardeners. The Gardeners
The
always call them like.
Gardeners, yeah.
The Gardeners are more like parent figures to Elizabeth because they like weren't like as forcing to the
Yeah,
marry
'cause-
someone.
It's like grandma and grandpa, because
Yeah.
your parents are kind of like always, telling you to do stuff, and then you go to your grandparents' house, and then they're, way nicer.
They also became pretty involved when they heard that Lydia married Wickham. There was like a lot of talk about them trying to find them.
Yeah, didn't they go to like Ireland or something? Where'd they go?
They moved far away.
Yeah,
It was like they just went like because he was like I don't know.
Why do you think they moved? Why did they go?
Well, because he's a soldier.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they like left and said nothing about where they were going.
I just ran away.
Do you think Lydia really loved her family?
I mean, I don't know. Like,
yeah. But like
Maybe she just wasn't aware that she was annoying them the whole time. She's like, I like you guys, but I'm gonna
She was like a little prick the whole time.
I'm gonna continue to talk against snails all the time. I still like you guys though.
Yeah, she kind of just wasn't a normal person. Because she...
Students and staff, the merge team is clear. Please resume all classroom activities. Thank you.
Yeah, she kind of just was a prick the whole time and a little annoying. She's like that one annoying younger sibling that thinks they're way cooler than everybody else and is independent. Well, not independent, but thinks they're independent and knows all the right decisions. She's naive. That's a better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very naive.
Yeah, I definitely feel like Elizabeth and maybe Jane are like more like realist. Like they like just try to keep everything in order, kind of.
Yeah, because they don't want like the younger ones to like annoy the parents or like mess something up.
Lydia was very oblivious. She didn't realize all the flaws. I guess she was kind of love struck by Wickham because she was like, oh, this like really attractive guy. Okay, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Was Hubert did that? I forgot what Hubert means.
Hubris
Oh.
is like confidence in yourself, knowing you can do something. And arrogance is like thinking you're better than others.
So probably hubris then?
For who, Lydia?
Yeah.
Thinking she can do stuff for herself. Yeah, I guess so. Cause I
She
think
wanted to like move out, like be.
yeah, I think she had confidence in what she.
It's like
had.
from what I read, they like all ask before they can get married, and Lydia was just like, "Hey,
Yeah.
look at this guy! Oh, bye. Hey, I'm married now."
Yeah, she was very quick to. I don't think she put much thought into it. She kind of just flew right into it. How long is it?
25.
Minutes.
Your story is gonna explode.
Open the crop.
I have one
Yeah.
more
We
like.
have to
There's
crop
how-
some. We have to crop like this now, like
Yeah.
a few other spots.
Like Elizabeth, like, she like goes along with the expectations of like society while also keeping in mind like her own, like self-independence and
Yeah,
her
she
own
like
beliefs and like still staying, I don't know, like independent.
yeah, because she doesn't like want to get. She don't want to be forced to get married, but she also like is thinking about like she's just gonna be like single the rest of her life. Like she's not gonna like do anything. It's embarrassing. It'd be embarrassing to go in public.
Wait, is this one on characterization and setting?
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of got a little bit of character. We can put like setting and like characters.
Okay, yeah.
When we're editing, we can add in like images to make it more like I don't know, intriguing, interesting to watch. We'll put in like
There was a good
Sound.
transition from setting, like into like we can
Yeah.
do it as one, and it's like an excuse for it to be like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
So
What other setting do we want to talk about?
Let's-
Go to the end of the book, like on the walk. Like when Darcy and Elizabeth are together.
What chapters?
I don't know. Okay, so basically my phone is frozen.
It's the end of the book when they're walking in the park.
Well, I mean, it's like almost the end.
No, no. I do.
I'm trying to like Google it.
Did you find it hard to like tell how the characters felt?
They
Okay, yeah.
were a bit stoic.
Okay, so basically when Elizabeth woke, she like okay, so when she was like with Darcy and the family like at this trip, they like she felt like she like going on walks for some reason, just like going on walks down the lane, and one day Mr. Darcy like just came up to her and gave her a letter
Where do you think this confidence boost came from?
from him. I don't know. So like also a letter, like why would you just tell her?
I wouldn't call it confidence at that point. It's more
I-
like just like
yeah.
sporadic nerves.
I mean,
That's
you're not
like-
even talking to her.
That's
You wrote
like
it.
being by someone you like and then texting them.
Yeah. So gave her the letter, and so she opened the letter, and she read it. This was like,
while he was in.
yeah, and then yeah. Wait. Yeah, he never said that he left. So he's still
he's just
sitting
sitting there
there.
watching her read it.
Please say yes. Please say yes.
So this is like down the like little lane in front of the big house, kind of like bushes, like little like garden area.
Dude, why didn't you just say yes? This book could have been 100 pages
Yeah.
shorter.
Oh, okay. So by getting this letter, it was like stating his feelings toward her, and how she like pardoned the freedom, and like he didn't want to like put a label on it, but like he didn't want like someone to take her, I guess, and wanted to.
He was just kind of like, he didn't want her to necessarily know that he wants to marry her, but he didn't want anybody else to, yeah, like what you said.
Mm-hmm.
Like more serious. I was waiting for her to read the letter, but I just thought.
But this letter was long. I mean, I'm talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages long.
Hear me out.
I think it was like 2.5 pages in the book I had.
Oh, take it to a publisher.
But I remember working at that and being like, this is so long. I don't want to read all that.
Be a short story. Anyway, what if, you know how like Elizabeth was so confused with her feelings toward Darcy? What if Darcy just died? What? Hear me out.
Hang on.
So Darcy
What?
dies, and basically Elizabeth is sad.
Yeah, but what do you think would happen?
She'd be sad.
What if he died while she was dating Wickham or whatever, talking to
Oh.
Wickham? Do you think she would have
I
got
think-
with Wickham?
No, I think she would have still been really sad that he died.
I think the book would probably be like another 150 pages
I
long.
feel like it would be longer because it'd be her mourning
Until she
her and
finds
then
someone
mourning
else.
him. Be
What
like,
if he faked his death and then came back later?
Okay, but the letter. Okay, so the letter was basically like critiquing her too. It was like going about a bunch of things that she did, and like about Wickham and all the sisters just like finding a man like for money or whatever. But like it was also confessing how he wanted her.
I feel like there's definitely arrogance. Like,
If you, abhorrence of me, should make me assertions valueless, you cannot be prevented by the same cause from confiding in my cousin, and that there may be the possibility of consulting him. I shall endeavor to find some of opportunity of putting this letter in your hands in the course of morning. I will only add, God bless you. Okay, so I feel like that is really kind of arrogant
Yeah.
because like he's on that part. He's not even talking about.
But he should have died, right?
Yeah, I really think that guy. He's an awful person.
If you really think about it,
I honestly hate all the characters in this book.
if you really think about it, we kind of are biased towards Elizabeth and all these guys are people, but if you really think about it, are they all really that good of people?
No, that
I
sucks.
think if the book
I feel
wasn't written,
Go ahead. I know.
I think if the book wasn't written how it was written how they usually are, like 21st century style, I think it would be a lot of the characters would have a much better look in the end of the book. It felt very complex to like understand what was going on at times.
What's the language is very.
Yeah, and like the only person we give credit is probably Wickham for like. So he came off really nice in the beginning, obviously, and they all like favored him, and then he fully like switched his side about like the money and stuff. So,
I mean, think about it. Like I just said, we're biased towards these characters because they're the main characters, right? And you're always wanting to like the main characters, usually. But if you really want to look at their personalities,
I think
So basically, they're all annoying. Like they all don't know how to make up their mind.
yeah, they're just indecisive. Because imagine you really like this person, and then you write them a letter, and then like right in front of their face, you're just like, no.
Yeah.
And then a couple months later or whatever, like,
They get married.
oh, never mind, I do.
It's
how is that any different from like today though? Like
yeah,
I
it's like the
thought-
Summer Nights Are Pretty. How
I
Belly
thought-
has to choose between the two and keeps going
Well,
back.
no, I'm
going
not saying
back.
it's different from today. I'm just saying they're just annoying people.
I think I just
Yeah.
hate the
They're
book.
not
Yeah.
annoying.
Yes, like all them. Yes, they are because
Jackson, come on.
I.
Look.
Jackson, what if you really like this person and you took your time to write them this 6-page long letter, and then they read it right in front of you and they're just like, no.
All right. I mean.
And then
I
they
would-
come back to you, like a couple months later, and they're like, yeah, screw what I said earlier. I like you.
Okay, if that happened to me, at first I'd probably go home and then stick toothpicks in my toenails for doing it.
Oh,
But then later on, I'd probably be like, you know what? I tried. It didn't work out how I wanted.
But then you realize
hey,
everyone
that's
hates you
how it
because no one
works.
likes Darcy.
No, I thought Darcy was pretty cool. Okay.
No.
At first he came off really arrogant and like he looked at Elizabeth and was like, "Oh, why would I dance with that?
Yeah,
I
just
don't even
literally
know
said
her.
he
She's
approached
sitting
you
all
ugly."
alone and all that." But later on, it turns out he's paying off people's debts. He's hanging
And
out
he's
with
lying
his
to the
best
family.
friend.
He said he didn't do that. He lies to them. He says,
He's just a little shady.
He's like
but
the
he's-
average black market Discord kid.
But it was in good conscience though. Like,
Like
he was
yeah, I
helping
feel like there are
people.
good parts. Like he was like protecting what's her name? No, like
Lady the board.
I don't know, but I feel like it's not all bad. Like he's not completely arrogant.
There's like parts where he's generous
Of
and like
course,
thinks
his-
of other people. But
His
then
light
there's
shines at
Yeah.
some moments, but
And then Elizabeth does draw out a whole bunch of things, but it shows that like she's taking the time to think about the people that she likes or doesn't like. She takes a lot of time to consider should I be hanging around these people if they're good or bad.
this would have been a much better book if she murdered Darcy and then they had like an investigation.
Why do you guys hate Darcy so much?
No, but I would have been so much more interested in it if like a murder happened and then they went investigating on it.
I know you can.
This is
Who
so big.
killed Darcy? And then that'd be such a big twist, like Elizabeth killed Darcy.
And Elizabeth is also annoying because like she picks between 3 different men and she like doesn't want to make up her mind and she like changes her whole self. I feel like a little bit because at the end she's like, I'm not getting married. And
She
then-
changes herself for Darcy.
Yeah.
This is the whole thing though. You should change yourself for someone that you want.
No,
What? Jackson?
no. You keep yourself. You be you. If they can't
You
appreciate.
gotta compromise to be happy with someone.
If
You should be able to find love with someone that you like without changing yourself.
Jackson, they should be able to appreciate who you are. for
Jackson,
who
are you gonna find someone and they're gonna tell you that they don't like your red hair, so you're gonna dye your hair? Are you gonna do
I'm
that?
not gonna dye my hair,
What
but
if-
I
what if-
should expect them to find stuff that they don't like about me, and I find stuff that I don't like about them, and we slowly compromise with each other until we.
But what if I said I don't like how your
Work with each
skin
other.
is so white? Do you be like, I don't know, do you become a different race?
I'd probably start tanning, maybe.
What if I said I don't like your blue eyes? You get those contacts
Well,
that
that's
change
something you
your
have to deal with. If there's something that you know you can change and you probably don't even like yourself, then how bad would it hurt to slowly work on that? To
Just
better
kill the
yourself?
other person, honestly. All your issues will be gone.
Good morrow. Mr. Bingley would like to invite you to his first ever party at Netherfield to celebrate his arrival to the town. Bring family and friends to this amazing party that will last all night. The party is May 12th at 6 p.m. Mr. Bingley is so excited to meet everyone. Okay, so today we're doing a game where we have a wheel of 15 characters and we're going to be ranking 10 of them, but like we don't know which character is coming next. So it's all random and we're going to rank them just so we kind of know more about the characters and like say what we think about them. Okay, so me and Lincoln are going first. And the first character is Bingley.
Bingley. For me, that's like a solid 4, maybe. I don't know, like 5.
So, I watched the movie and I've read the book, obviously, but I feel like they both act very differently between the two. I feel like in the movie, Bingley's more kind of like slap happy and he's like really joyful, but in the book he's kind of bland.
Yeah, because in the book, he's just kind of there waiting for
Yeah.
the girls to get him.
Yeah, and like when Darcy didn't want Bingley to get with Jane,
Yeah.
he just throws his sister in there, and I feel like Bingley didn't do anything to Jane. Like he didn't really talk to her, but they obviously do end up getting married. So there's a sense in him that's good, but it's also like
There's like a behind the scenes stuff that's kind of
Yeah.
happened with him, but he doesn't really do much in the book to contribute.
I'm gonna rank him 5 because I
Yeah.
feel like he's not that bad of a character, but he also like isn't good either. Yeah. Okay. Let's-
Dun, 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 dun.
So our next person is Georgiana.
Darcy's.
So Darcy's sister, who tries the first thing. And I feel like she's also a smaller character.
Yeah, she's not very large.
She's not, yeah.
There's
but,
not much stuff about her that's important.
I mean, I guess I don't like her because she tries to get with Bingley. But I mean, also it's not fully her fault either.
Because Darcy put her in
Because
that
of
position.
Lady Catherine is like, we don't like these Bennett girls because they're poor and filthy.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I feel like she's also like kind of innocent. But I'm just gonna put her at number
I'm gonna do 8.
8. Yeah, that's what I have to do. Because I don't feel like she's that big like to hate, but also she's not really
To like.
important.
How do you spell Georgiana? Georgiana.
Georgiana.
Okay. That's
Okay, yeah. So our next character is the gardeners. So this is the aunt and uncle. We put them together because we all felt like that they're both kind of like caring and similar to like each other. They're just like the nice aunt and uncle, and they do try to help the girls in a way because their parents are just so obsessed with them getting married.
They're like their like real parents.
Yeah,
kinda.
I feel like
I would put them like a 3 maybe.
I'm gonna put them.
Do we already have 5? I would say like 4.
I feel like they're like they're one of the kindest characters in the book.
Yeah, they're really
Because-
nice.
And I mean, this isn't really ranked on nicest either. It's kind of so basically these are ranked on like how like we all have different looks in a character, but like if they're like some of us like might like the villain, but I also feel like realistically, the gardeners are probably number 2 because I just like in the whole story of the run of things, I just feel like they kind of help the story like because if
Without them, a lot of
Yeah.
this stuff wouldn't have happened. I'm gonna put them at 3 just because I feel like there could be some other characters, but you can put them at.
But because also they took in Jane when she was like mad at Bingley and stuff, which also
Yeah.
helped, which was nice. And then now we have Mary.
Mary.
So
Yes.
Mary,
Nine.
Mary's kind of like my least favorite sister. Like,
she's very underdeveloped,
yeah.
and she doesn't have much character to her. She's kind of just there. Doesn't have much significance to the
extra.
story. She was just like a filler character.
Yeah,
No one really
'cause
cares
she's-
about her. Like if she died, no one would notice.
No. Because even the other two sisters aren't that big, but they somewhat contribute
Yeah,
to the
like
plot. but she's
Lydia's
just,
like
there.
a naive sister that goes with Mr. Collins because she doesn't really know what she's doing.
But I
Oh.
feel like Mary just
Mary's just kind of sitting there and
Yeah.
no one really likes her or cares about her.
I'm gonna put her
I'm
at.
gonna say like 9.
I'm gonna put 7 because I'm gonna do 9 because really she doesn't do anything and she's boring and
She's just more money for the parents to
Yeah.
work with.
yeah
She has no moral value.
no. Oh. So now we have Darcy.
Oh.
Ooh, number 1.
Okay, so this is a big fat number 10 for me.
What?
I hate Darcy.
Darcy's such a good
No,
character.
he's awful.
There's good things about him though, like
I love his character development because he's so like indecisive. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
He's just
but it's like the character when you're watching a movie, like a horror movie, and it's like, don't do that, you're stupid, don't go to the basement.
And then he
Or, like,
goes,
and then
like-
he does it.
that's the best. I'm putting him number 1.
But like, He makes me so mad. Like, I just can't stand
I
him.
love that character.
He's like a person in real life that I'm like, oh yeah, totally. I'm like, shut up, I don't care.
He's daring. He's like, he went for the stuff he gave her. He proposed to her even after she said no again.
Yeah, like, just leave her
Dude,
alone.
go for it. And guess what happened? They got married.
I would probably say, I don't know, maybe 10 because like I feel like there's not worse, but like.
Let me
Number
say
one.
this. If I had an 8 or 9 spot, I might have put him there. But since I have a 10 spot open, he's
not
going there.
7. I put him number 1.
No, I
Yes.
just don't think he's
Such
that
a good
great
character.
Like, okay, in this time when Jane Austen was writing this, I'm probably like, everyone's like, oh my gosh, this character development is so good. Even though he's not that great of a person, he just keeps changing.
No, he's most definitely not number 1 though.
But I would not put him number 1 either.
He's number 1.
Okay. No. Yeah, this is. Yeah. Okay, so now we have Charlotte. Which Charlotte is Elizabeth's friend.
Yeah.
And
I mean, she helps throughout the story.
who does she marry? She marries Mr. Collins.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Charlotte marries Mr. Collins? Are you sure? I thought that was Lydia.
No.
Yes.
Lydia marries Wickham. Or goes away
Oh
with
yeah,
Wickham.
no. I think
Mr. Collins is who Charlotte, and then, because at first Elizabeth's like, get away from my man, because it's her best friend, but like, I don't know. Okay, so Charlotte, she's not really a big character either.
I wouldn't say 10, I would say 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna put her as a 7 because like, she doesn't do much, and like I wouldn't put her higher because, well, also she actually kind of helps Elizabeth because Mr. Collins like technically related to her.
Yeah,
but like
they're from Alabama, from
Yeah.
Hart.
Okay. But yeah, I don't think she's that great because she doesn't really have much development either.
I don't hate her, but she's not above like
Yeah.
5.
Okay, so now we have Mrs. Bennet.
And she's kind of like the bossy.
Now
mom
I
that-
wish I would have had more spots.
Yeah. That do regret putting Darcy at 10.
Number 11.
No, but she also kind of like. I don't know if I like Mr. or Mrs. Bennet better. That's the
I
real
like
thing.
Mr. Bennet
Mr.
better.
I love
I'm not
Mr.
like
Because she's more bossy and is more on the expectation of.
she's more like be a gold digger side. Because at the
Yeah.
beginning of the book, she's like, "Go talk to Bingley. Like we need our kids to marry Bingley because he's
And
rich."
also, the movie, I feel like gives the characterization obviously because you can see it happening, but like I feel like it's different because the Mr. Bennet is more he's more like fatherly in the movie. I feel like in the opening scene in the book, it's just like truth, grace, virtue, and knowledge or whatever. He's like you have to marry someone, but in the movie, it's more like accepting that they want to meet this guy, and it's like more family, like they're laughing or giggling, but in the book we don't really see that obviously. But yeah, so Mrs. Bennet I'm probably gonna put just at 6 because
Put it number 10.
she's kind of bossy and doesn't really care like, about what her
She
daughters
cares about the
actually want.
wealth. That's the thing.
Yeah, but
She honestly just seems like she'd be loud and like, I don't know.
okay, so now we got Lydia Bennet. So Lydia is the chipper little rat.
Yeah.
But
characters are so bad.
yeah,
Number 6.
looking at all these characters are actually bad. But
She's naive. She thinks she knows what she's doing when
who
she
do we
marries.
have left? Because I don't want.
Hey, you have to do it. We
I
landed
don't-
on it.
They
We
get
have-
it from their mom.
Yeah. So I guess I'm just gonna put her at. I don't know if I should do 3 or 4.
Definitely 4.
Yeah.
But I feel like she brings kind of like a little bit of funniness because
Yeah, because she's so stupid and.
She's like the dumb blonde.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I'm
what
gonna
she
do
is.
3 because I guess like the dumb characters like funny use of time, like Karen from Mean Girls. She's,
Yeah.
Like she brings most of the jokes, but yeah. Okay, I did 3. Mr. Collins.
Number 2.
I feel
We got like none of the main. We got Darcy and Bingley, I guess, but like none of the. Okay, so Mr. Collins is not number one. He is the number 4 spot because
Yeah.
he's okay. So in the book, he's really bland. He's like he comes off like as the boss girl vibe,
Girl
but
boss.
like he wants to get the money. But in the movie, he's a brat. He's so mean.
Really?
He's like grumpy and he's like, marry me or I kill you. Not really, but like he just like.
Hey, that would have been interesting.
But he just is not that good. I don't really think he's. And yeah, he's also kind of somewhat the villain.
Oh,
Because he's trying to steal their house, but.
I guess this one's got to be number 1.
Okay, so this is my number 1
This
spot
is
here.
my number 2 spot.
Wait, should we do? Okay, hey, Elizabeth.
Oh, Elizabeth?
I also don't think she should be number 1 because she.
I would take that though.
Elizabeth number
Honestly,
2.
it's not bad. I think
At
number
least,
It's
three.
at least it's not like a.
It's not bad, but also like she's definitely not
She's not number 1.
Yeah.
because she's stupid. Because she doesn't make good decisions for herself. Like I mean,
Darcy's number 1, guys. That's a bit.
because Darcy called her ugly at the beginning. That's,
And then he proposed to her twice.
Yeah.
Let's think about it.
okay, let's see who else could have got. Okay, who else is left even? Kitty, Jane, Wickham, Lady Catherine, Mr. Bennett. I probably would have put Jane.
Jay number 1.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would have. Okay. What if we like our last spot? Whoever's left, we can pick who we think should be our last spot. No, but I feel like I wouldn't rank her number 1. I feel like
See,
that's
that's
too.
that's the thing with
Like,
this
who is your
game.
number 2?
Elizabeth.
Would you rank her number 2 in real life? Like, if you had to choose between,
I
Like
don't
if
know.
all
if
the
you had to
spots
choose
were
between
open.
Kitty, Elizabeth, Mr. Bennett, Lady Catherine, Wickham, and Jane Bennett, who would you put at number 2?
I don't know. I don't know. But here's the thing. That's the thing about this game. That's why this game is fun because you don't know what you're gonna get next. That's why that's the element of.
So this okay, so here's how mine goes. At number 1, Elizabeth. Number 2, the Gardners. 3, Lydia. 4, Mr. Collins. 5, Bingley. 6, Mrs. Bennett. 7, Charlotte. 8, Georgiana. 9, Mary. 10, Darcy. I think I should have moved Bingley. So.
Well, mine is number 1, Darcy. Number 2, Elizabeth. 3, the Gardeners. 4, Mr. Collins. 5, Bingley. 6, Lydia. 7, Charlotte. 8, Georgiana. 9, Mary. And 10, Mrs. Bennett.
So the only one that I would have changed is number 1. But
I would have changed number 1 too.
okay, so now
Never.
Reagan and Lauren are going to go. So here, I made one on the back. So you have to like this. So I guess we never really told you all the characters that we had. So we have Jane, Elizabeth, Mr. Bennett, Lady Catherine, Wickham, Gardners, Lydia, Mr. Collins, Bingley, Mrs. Bennett, Charlotte, Georgiana. What was that a popular name? Like, why would you name your kid Georgiana?
It's Georgia, but with N-A.
Yeah. Mary and
the
Darcy.
girl version of
Okay.
George.
Because we chose 15 like so there because we're going twice. So okay.
They like the like simplest names though. Where they're like
Yeah.
They're like plain and boring.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, this is gonna be hard for me.
So your guys' first person is Mrs. Bennett. That's the easy first one, I feel like.
Yeah. What is
I'm gonna say 9. Because I like.
I feel like this is. I don't like her. She's just, like you said.
Yeah.
Like you said.
I would do like 8 just because
Gold
there is worse characters.
There is definitely worse characters.
But I feel like there's characters I would rate lower than Miss Bennett's.
Me too.
I like this like.
Like when I like try to think about like the type of person she is, I can't really think of any like
Nothing good.
nothing good. If I'm being honest.
At least
right
she birthed the children.
okay.
At least she didn't like kill them.
Okay.
I don't know. That's
It's like she
positive.
doesn't care about their happiness because she just. I mean, she
Because
does.
she
but there's
wants.
not-
She wants.
It's like
money.
it's like her reason for them like wanting them to marry is like selfish.
That's why she had the kids, so she.
Yeah,
She
she
could get-
seems
It's like
materialistic.
she
and, like,
selfishly
stuck up.
wants.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'm gonna say 9 because I feel like there is worse. I'm saving my 10
I'm
spot.
gonna say an 8.
Okay. Next is Lydia.
Nice.
Oh, this is going great.
I feel like I'd say this character's like suck.
Now
But I
I'm
feel
probably gonna say.
I feel like I should rate her high, but just because
The only reason I rated her high is because
She
she's
adds
like the
something to
dumb
her story.
blonde character.
Yeah, she adds humor.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because no one else
I'm
in that
sorry.
book's really funny.
Yeah. I'm gonna say a
Alright,
4.
NBC.
Yeah.
I'll say 5.
5? It's pretty high.
What did I
6.
put like 5 or 6?
Yeah.
I had her looking at 4.
You also had Darcy for number 1.
Darcy was the best
You had
character.
her as
You
a
can't-
3.
I had her. Well, I was wrong on spots there, guys. Okay, you guys got Charlotte.
Oh.
He's getting
Liar.
called out.
Alright, that's. I'll say my number 10 spot. That's going number 9. That's Elizabeth's.
That's the friend who like stole her cousin.
I don't like
Was Charlotte rich?
I feel like.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna say 8 because I just don't really like her, but I think 10 I know who I'm saving it for.
What if you don't get Darcy?
I don't know, I'll figure it out.
Okay, Bingley.
He's a good character.
Bingley.
yeah, he
He's probably one of the better characters, but still, I mean, if he really loved
like-
Jane, he
like
would have
he
said
would-
no at
exactly.
like you
first.
said, yeah, like you said, he's
This
got
book
his,
is
like,
all about second
he's got-
chances.
Yeah.
He's got his like good
Moral of the
side,
story: always give a second chance and accept it every time.
but I feel like
Moral of the story: only accept second chances.
I'll go number 3.
I'll go 4.
Yeah, always say no the first time.
Mary.
Yeah, that sucked.
Oh my gosh.
In the movie, she has
know.
such a bad
This is bad.
attitude. She's like sitting at the piano when all the girls are like, "Daddy, I want to meet him." She's just like playing the piano in the background, just sitting there.
I mean,
Number 2.
Absolutely.
I do 7.
Yeah.
I don't know how I don't.
She's like the emo sister.
Oh, imagine she. Never mind.
What if people were emo in the olden days?
Oh, there probably was. That's probably why. What if they like purposely guillotine themselves?
Oh my
Like
God.
seriously.
You guys got Darcy.
Number 1.
Number 10.
How? Okay,
We've
it's
been
just,
saving that.
it's
spot
just number
for
1 with a 0. It's
No.
No. I feel like we all know. Darcy, oh, you just
okay. Guys, without Darcy,
So-
Elizabeth would not have been
Okay,
happy.
talk about stupid though. Like,
If
Okay, that's
without
just-
Darcy,
screw.
Elizabeth,
Would not be married. She'd be married to her cousin. She'd be like, I don't know, like.
married to her cousin.
money would have stayed in the family, I guess.
Dude, and so would like the hereditary line.
What?
Dude, marrying your cousin. That's
Whatever.
odd.
This is
It's
what
very
they
It was
odd.
that was like popular though.
Yeah.
Dude, that's why. Would
But like it's just weird because we're not used to that.
Okay, we got Georgiana.
Okay, you guys got Georgiana.
Okay.
Number
5.
Number 5.
Number
Nice.
1. Yeah, I'll go.
So you guys have like a
You
good
guys
one.
are gonna get Mr. Collins and he's gonna be number 1 because he's the only spot left.
Oh, that's rough. Oh, Lady Catherine. Lady Catherine,
Okay,
she's so
I like-
annoying. I hate
don't-
her.
Dude, why? I would have my number 1 is he's fine.
If I had her, I would have put her number 9.
Okay, now it's bad because we
Crap.
only have 1, 2, 3.
That's
And she's
horrible.
definitely not 1.
She's
definitely
not 1 or
definitely
2.
not
Okay,
Gotta
I
go
guess I
6.
have to put it at 3 then.
Cause she's like,
Good number.
she's so
Dude,
mean.
all
She's
the,
not a
all the
three,
younger
just know
sisters,
that.
all the younger sisters are like
She's so like, she's like the
No,
human
all
tarantula.
the characters just like suck, to be honest.
She
Except, like,
reminds me of like, what's the one? She like reminds me of like the villain from like Coraline or something. Like she's like,
Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
god,
She
the
like-
mother.
yeah,
That's what I
yeah.
was, that's what I was thinking.
She's like Tom, like tarantula
Most of these
looking.
characters are just
Dude,
irrelevant and
oh,
annoying.
they're my 1 and 2.
Okay, she's not a 3.
Crap, she's somebody good.
Okay, you guys got Elizabeth.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like I
Okay.
have to
You know,
put it at 1
I got
because
number 2.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what characters you guys have left. You guys
Okay.
have the Gardeners, Mr. Collins.
yeah.
okay,
Jane
Gardeners are
Bennett.
one.
But what if you don't?
Wait, you don't get the.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Oh.
I'm telling you who's left. Gardeners, Wickham, Mr. Bennett, Kitty Bennett, Jane Bennett, Mr. Collins. The only bad Mr. Collins.
So what if you get Mr. Collins? You get to put him number 1. Come on, think about
But
I
I.
like number 1.
it. Who'd you put it at? Elizabeth.
Number 1. Oh,
And okay,
Oh, no,
you guys'
the
last one
No, the
was
Gardeners.
Jane.
Okay.
Alright,
That's okay. That's
that's
good.
good. That's good.
Solid.
Okay, this
You
is
should have
actually
respun
pretty
it.
accurate.
Okay,
I'll
so
take
Jane
that,
is
yeah.
like probably the best sister.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
vote.
She's the oldest.
She's the oldest.
She's the most like, I think.
And I feel like
yeah.
she's quieter than Elizabeth, but she still
She's not-
knows what she's like doing.
Yeah, I don't think I would
Level-headed.
change that, honestly.
Maybe I
Okay.
would Bingley.
Yeah, I think
switch.
yours is pretty good, other than Elizabeth being
I
number
don't
2.
like
Yeah, I would
this.
switch. I would switch probably Bingley and Elizabeth, and maybe yeah.
Other than that, and then yours, I think Lady Catherine is
I
a.
don't like that.
You could probably.
Switch this and this.
No.
No,
No.
absolutely not.
I would switch Lady Collins or Lady Catherine and Charlotte
Me
probably.
too.
I would
Or
switch
Miss
Darcy
Bennett. I feel
and
like
Lady.
Catherine's worse than Mrs. Bennett, TBH. Like,
Okay, I would do
Yeah.
Catherine 9, Bennett 8, and then Charlotte.
I don't know, but like, at least your mother's not like trying to take away your love life from you. Like,
Well,
but
Darcy's
got a
the
husband.
reason she has a love life.
well, no,
Yeah.
like
Oh.
I mean, Catherine's like forcing them. She's like, you're not marrying this
Yeah.
ugly little wench.
Okay, maybe
Like,
Darcy is the reason she has a love life, but he's not number 1. Like, let's be honest
He's
right now.
number 1.
he was spoon fed. Like his aunt's just like giving him these.
We were all spoon fed at some point.
yeah,
Think
but
about
like
it.
he was spoon. He was spoon fed dollar bills.
I mean, he didn't choose.
Okay, Joyce, want to read your.
Alright, so for number 1, I have Jane. 2, Elizabeth. 3, Bingley. 4, Lydia. 5, Georgiana. 6, Lady Catherine. 7, Mary. 8, Miss Bennett. 9, Charlotte. 10, Darcy.
Okay, I had number 1, Jane, 2, Elizabeth, 3, Lady Catherine, 4, Bingley, 5, Georgiana, 6, Lydia, 7, Mary, 8, Charlotte, 9, Miss Bennett, and 10, Darcy.
You guys are so wrong
Okay.
about
And
Darcy.
the only thing I would switch is number 2, Elizabeth, and 3, Bingley.
I would change.
Darcy and Lady.
No.
No. I would change Charlotte and Lady Catherine, and then I would change. I would swap Lady Catherine and Miss Bennett from 8 to 9.
Okay. Okay, so that concludes today's episode. Make sure to like and subscribe and ring the church bells. Make sure to tune in for the next episode.
Good morrow.